Now, there's something really interesting that I've been working on. So there's the pathways to worry. So there's two different pathways to worry that I'm aware of. The first one is the threat proposition, right? That's where worry begins when a threat-related proposition enters your conscious awareness. What that is, it's it's like the smallest statement, meaningful statement that your brain can generate that's threat-related. There could be something wrong here. This place is dangerous. This person is out to get me, right? I mean, just the smallest unit of meaning that could be stored in your memory that could be mean something threatening to you. So that's a threat proposition. And so before you're conscious of it, this processing may be already occurring outside of your conscious awareness. So because you've got sensory information coming in, you've got memories and you've got predictions that can activate these threat systems and produce this bodily change, the physiological changes, the emotional changes without you consciously worrying, right? But the transition occurs when this threat meaning, the threat representation, the proposition, right, becomes available to your conscious thinking, your conscious mind. And so this assertion or belief about a situation or yourself or the future, it enters your awareness, your attention can become focused on it, and then this repetitive worrying thinking can begin. So the threat appraisal, the threat meaning, the statement, this belief, it's not yet worry. But the worry begins when you continue to elaborate on that statement, that meaning, which it's a proposition, okay? And through repeated future-oriented thinking. So that threat proposition, the meaning, the appraisal, giving you different terms to reference this, it provides the starting point. And worry is the extended process of analyzing, of predicting, of attempting to solve it, to resolve the perceived threat. So the sequence is, you've got the threat prediction or the appraisal, and then this threat proposition enters your awareness, and then you've got the repetitive elaboration. You're conscious of it, you're going over it repeatedly, you're elaborating on it. What this means. Is this really going to happen? What do I have to do? How do I resolve this? Or how do I deal with it? How do I prepare for it? You've got worry. And then you continue that, you're maintaining or increasing the anxiety. So the second pathway for worry is when anxiety itself becomes the focus of worry, right? So this is not usually the starting point where worry begins. The first pathway is, but this one occurs after the anxiety is already there. So when you notice these anxiety-related sensations or changes in your emotions, those experiences can be interpreted and evaluated. You might start thinking about why the anxiety is happening, what it means, or whether it signals a problem, right? You don't even have to be superstitious for that to happen. So in this case, the sequence is you've got the anxiety state. You're feeling anxiety. And then you appraise the anxiety. And then you come up with threat-related propositions yourself, right? These meaning statements like, I'm feeling bad. There must be a reason why. There must be some problem here with this, or this is going to happen, something's going to go wrong, right? So you come up with these threat-related propositions and further worrying. So this second pathway is relevant when you talk about things like panic disorders or health anxiety or generalized anxiety, right? Where the anxiety symptoms themselves become the focus of concern. All right, so I hope you found this talk useful. I'm fascinated with this. The anxiety and worry are closely related, but they're not the same thing. And anxiety is the broader state that involves your emotional, physiological, attentional, and behavioral systems. or responses to perceived threat, where worry is just the cognitive process that involves the repetitive thinking about potential future threats. So either one can occur without the other, but when both are present, they can influence and maintain each other. And anxiety can become the focus of further threat appraisal, and worry can maintain the attention on possible threats and contribute to ongoing anxiety. So this distinction helps explain why both anxiety and worry can exist separately, but also why they so often become connected. If you found our talk today useful, please like and subscribe, share this with a friend, and check out the membership. I highly recommend you join the membership. There is an attention training program that helps you deal with anxiety. Take care.